Hey there, NavyDoc5184 here, and welcome to another music reaction. And today we're actually going to be checking out a clip from one of my past live streams. This is from my Black Swan reaction live stream, and we're going to check out my reaction to their music video of Karma. Now, I've already reacted to this video. In fact, it was my first Black Swan reaction, but I include this in the live stream because I just wanted to do my part. Black Swan made a deal that if that video reached 10 million views, that they would go bungee jumping, and we're pretty close there, so that's why I added on there. But I figured that it fit the stream for my Black Swan journey, so we'll go ahead and check out the recap, and I will leave a link to the original video in the description below. Let's go ahead and check it out. Fun fact about this video, they actually recorded this in Shreya's hometown of Odisha in India. See, and Fatu was the first one that caught my eye when watching this. And I was not even aware enough to realize that none of them were Korean. I didn't even realize that until people in the comments brought it up.
Okay, 1, 2, show me what you like. You and me.
So looking back on this, I remember when I first reacted to this, when Fatu started her rap, that gripped me so hard. I was so impressed with like her style and her flow of everything. And you know, most K-pop groups tend to have a rapper, if not multiple rappers. So it's not like it's the first time I've heard it in K-pop, but this one felt a lot more raw than what I'm used to on that. Now, obviously, I knew she wasn't Korean. You know, I didn't know what nationality she was, but I was so, and I can't believe that for the life of me, I thought the other three were, but as I started learning more about them, it's like, how in the world did I not notice that? Especially now, you know, like, I guess because I'm so used to seeing, you know, various, you know, skin tones amongst Koreans, but for those who aren't familiar, Fatu, who we're seeing on the screen right now, she's actually the leader. She's actually been with the group since it debuted in 2020. But she was born in Senegal, but was actually, I grew up in Belgium. And actually, I'll actually even rewind a little bit so I can try to show you all the members as they go, and then we'll go back. But I want to try to go one by one. So Gabby right here. She's actually Brazilian. She's mixed Brazilian and German. I think her mom is German and her dad was Brazilian. And I did mention Shreya, who we saw at the beginning. Oops, hold on. So Shreya right there, she's actually the youngest of the group. She was born in India. She's actually K-pop's first Indian K-pop idol. And then Envy, who we actually just saw right here, is from the US. So if I'm not mistaken, with this video, this made them the very first K-pop group to have absolutely no Koreans in the group. Now, I don't think they're the first global K-pop group. I think that title belongs to Vicha. They're actually rebranded in the girl set, I just learned recently. But Black Swan is the first K-pop group to actually have no Korean members, which is very unique, which honestly their motto is be unique, so that just makes it so amazing. But it's just crazy looking back on it now and seeing how far they've grown.
for you right now. 걷잡을 수 없는 공허하다는 들리면 미친 듯이 you 빠져들어 벗어날 수 없어 깨어나고 싶지 않은 이 꿈. 오늘은 이 순간 원하는 걸 가져봐 밤새도록 Give your own poker face 충분히 기다려 왔을 테니 따따따. Come on, I see the light. 따따따. Come on, I see the light. It's a good guy. 하나 둘 셋 come around. 하나 둘 셋 come around, round, round, round. 도도도 spin around. 멈출 수 없는 달리.
Yep. Well, there you go. Now you have. I know, and like I said, and I always try to, whenever I bring this up, because a lot of people talk about how they're like the first global group. And again, I don't think Black Swan is the first global group where they have like a wide variety of nationalities in the group. But I do know for a fact they're the first K-pop group to have no Korean members. Now, they did start with Korean members. That's going to be a whole other, that would require a whole nother live stream to go into the history of Black Swan. So we won't go into that. They did used to have Korean members, but they ended up leaving. And now, like I said, we got Senegal, Brazil, USA, and India. And it's just so cool. But it's just weird going back to this. Like I said, this is where it started for me. And honestly, the next song that I react to for them is going to be my favorite song for them. But that's what really kind of hooked me on that. I'd done another reaction prior to that video, but the next video we react to after this is the song that like made me like, this is like the group that I am choosing as my favorite, which that's a story I'll get into later. Let's continue with the video. We're almost done. And that was actually the point.
I don't think so.
In the college setting.
Alrighty, that was our recap of my reaction to Karma by Black Swan, and it's amazing when I think about, well, obviously when I went into it I knew absolutely nothing about the group, and now like they're my favorite K-pop group, but it's always interesting to kind of go back and look at it, and I think of the things I didn't realize, like I said in the video, how somehow it didn't click in me that none of them were Korean. And I think it's just because I just had this thing where obviously when it comes to you know, the Asian ethnicity, you know, a lot of us really can't tell the difference between each nation per se. Like, you know, like you can't tell a Thai person from a Vietnamese, you can't tell a Vietnamese from a Chinese or a Japanese or a Korean, stuff like that. But yet to them, it just seems so simple. So I think I was kind of going in with that mindset of, you know, it's K-pop, so naturally it's going to be, you know, Korean people, or maybe Asian at the very least. Now, Fatu, as I said, very clearly was not, which really impressed me, because I don't know of any Koreans that are that dark skinned. So I think from right off the bat, I was able to assume that she wasn't. But looking back on it, it's like, how in the world did I not notice that with Envy, Shreya, and Gabby? But then again, like I said, it's just, well, especially Gabby, because she's so light skinned that, you know, that could have easily thrown me off. I would have guessed she was from Brazil. But you know, it's like knowing what I do now and having heard them, seen them interacting and everything, it seems so obvious to me now, but maybe to somebody who really isn't that into, and I guess you could say, maybe it's not so obvious, which is very clear in my first reaction. I had no idea. So it's just very interesting to kind of go back, but it's also kind of fun to kind of like rewatch it as somebody who is now a fan and kind of reevaluate the video, because I remember how impressed I was when I first heard it and how it just seemed very unique with the style. But now I understand so much, it makes it even more impressive to me, especially when I think about the fact that, you know, for the group, that was Shreya's, Gabby's, and Envy's first music video with the group. Now, Gabby and Shreya were with the group prior to Karma, but that's their first comeback with the group. But they'd done some live performances with as Black Swan prior to this coming out, whereas Envy basically just got thrown straight into the fire, per se. Like, from what I understand, she had very little time. In fact, when you watch, Black Swan actually has a video where they're reacting to the video. And if you watch Envy during that, you can see how she's very limited in her, I guess you could say, interaction with that video. It's because of how little Korean she knew compared to the other three. So even though she's the second oldest of the group, she's the newest group member, and she was probably the, you know, probably still the least fluent with Korean. She's definitely gotten a lot better since then. Like, if you watch her then and then see her now, she's gotten a lot better, that's for sure. But it's just interesting seeing that growth, especially I think Gabby, like Gabby and Envy, I give so much props to their growth since Karma. Like, Gabby altogether, like, if you know Gabby's journey, then you know what she has overcome just within herself, not even so much outside forces, but I would say within herself. She's definitely seemed to have found herself more, and you can really see it, like even starting with Roll Up. But if you watch like their water bomb performance that they did in China, and basically since then, that girl has upped her game so much. And that is why, you know, throughout the stream, you know, I just kept talking about how proud I was of Gabby, but also Envy too, because she's gotten a lot better in all aspects too. There was actually another video in the live stream where Envy covers Golden, and there's parts that she hit so well that, you know, a few years ago maybe she might not have hit as well, or probably would have struggled a little bit more. But you can see the work that all the members have put in, and it's so great. And Fatu is just Fatu. What is there to say? I mean, she's been with the group since the beginning. You know, she's been like, you know, she's like the foundation of that group. But she was probably the one that really kind of really gripped me first. Not with just her visuals, but her rap. As I said in the reaction, her raps just seem so much more raw compared to other K-pop groups I'm used to. And I think that really, really adds, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it definitely adds, you know, to the group and their uniqueness. So I'm just very glad that that was a song that was introduced to me in that group. And you know, as I said many times, Cat and Mouse is probably the song that really made me become Illumina myself. So that's gonna do it for that. I thank you guys for stopping by and checking this out. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you can be alerted anytime I upload a new video or get ready to do a new live stream. And then also be sure to check out the original video for Karma. They're almost at 10 million. Let's get them to go bungee jumping. But thank you all again for stopping by, and I'll catch y'all down the road.